Hey guys, Little Baronix here. Probably watching this video, you've probably noticed the backgrounds. I hope you guys like this new background format. If you don't, make sure to comment. But yeah, I just thought this could be a cool idea to, add my own style to my videos. But anyway, I'm sure you've seen the title and the thumbnail. Today, I'm going to be going over my own custom Mattel wave. For how I made these, I'll reveal how I made these at the end. But this idea is actually inspired by another Jurassic World YouTuber called Eon Dude. Make sure to go subscribe to him, and without further ado, let's get into the video. Now, for my name for this line I've created, this would be from the Mattel franchise, if they did ever make this. Obviously, this is just my idea / concept of a new line for the Mattel toys, and it would be called the Jurassic Park Camo Changes. And the theme of this line is that the dinosaurs can camouflage and change colour. So, first up is the Camo Attack Velociraptor, which is a swamp dinosaur. Well, that's kind of the logo that we're going for. This sort of logo thing in the bottom right is what the Dino Trackers and Epic Evolution have been going off. Like, they're dinosaurs from different biomes, which I think is really cool. So I had to implement it into my own line here. But not much to say, it's just a basic green Velociraptor. We haven't really seen a green Velociraptor before since probably 2018 with that first one. So the Camo Attack is like the line with like the small, probably like 10 currency, $10 maybe Camo Attack Velociraptor. If you guys would like to see a part 2, then let me know down in the comments, because I would love to do part 2, because I didn't really do a full line, but I did most of the line. So yeah, pretty generic, just a Camo Attack Velociraptor, no features here, as it is just one of the cheaper ones. Next up, one of my personal favourites from this line is the Camo Attack Pistachosaurus. I believe that's how you say it. This is just like an iconic dinosaur that somehow has not been added to the franchise yet in any way, shape or form. But regardless, we have the Camo Attack Pistachosaurus. This would obviously just the same as the Velociraptor, is probably the cheapest in the line. And we've never had Pistachosaurus before. This one was fun to make. I'll explain how I did these all in the end, but this is a desert dinosaur, so you could say this was found in the desert. So yeah, the Camo Attack Pistachosaurus. Next up is our first 2-pack. Well, what they've started doing recently is they've done, in the smaller line, they've done 2 dinosaurs in 1 pack. So I'm 100% down for that in this kind of line, I guess you could say. So in this 2-pack, we have the Camo Attack Velociraptor and Oviraptor, and the Camo Attack Microceratus. So obviously we have had Microceratus before, but in like 2018, and we haven't gotten it since. And somehow we have not had a Dominion variant of Microceratus, or we've never even had Oviraptor, like a generic one, or even a Dominion one. So this would be a great way to implement both these creatures, like just in one small 2-pack, both the missing Dominion dinosaurs really in this small 2-pack. And then we have like the biome they found in, which is like a snowy biome. I picked snowy because I think Oviraptor kind of looks to fit that color scheme in this version of an Oviraptor, but the Microceratus obviously doesn't. It's just to implement it into 1 pack. Next up, the final cheaper attack pack kind of thing is the Ophthalmosaurus. Oh, I hate this one. I tried so hard. Oh, this one's just absolutely a mess. I tried to do it and I failed miserably, but you get the idea. This is meant to be an Ophthalmosaurus, as we've never gotten an Ichthyosaur before in the Mattel line as well. And I like how they're doing all the aquatics recently. So we could have the Camo Attack Ophthalmosaurus. Again, this would retail for about $10-15. And this would be found in rivers, riverside, ocean, whatever So yeah, this is definitely the worst one. But now we're going to move on to the more bigger figures. Next up, this is the first one I made for this line, so forgive me if it looks quite bad, because this is the first ever one that I made which is the Strike Attack Corythosaurus. And I could have just I'll explain how I made them in the end, but yeah, I'll talk about this a bit later. But yeah, we've only ever gotten one Corythosaurus from the Hammond collection, so I thought it'd be cool if we could get another Corythosaurus implemented into this CAMO attack line. Maybe it could have like a different color scheme or something. But yeah, a Corythosaurus with like an action feature would be really cool to see. Another good one here would be a Strike Attack Tylosaurus. Now obviously I've used the Liopleurodon and the Mosasaur in this, but let's just pretend this is a completely new mold and sculpt. Like we could have, because all the marine reptiles that we've been getting, the Kronosaurus and the Liopleurodon I do believe, and the Elasmosaur, they all have short stubby tails except for the Mosasaur. And Tylosaurus didn't. Tylosaur had a kind of a bigger tail in Jurassic Park the game. Obviously this wouldn't be a Jurassic Park the game one, but it would just be like still a Tylosaurus, which would be really cool to see, as you never got one before. And this would be the riverside kind of aquatic biome. Next up is the Strike Attack Pterodactylus. Now it is funny how every pterosaur we've gotten has been Dimorphodon sized or under. I'm talking about the ones that aren't from the franchise. We have had the Hammond collection Geostaburgnia, but there was a legacy collection Geostaburgnia which was the same size as Dimorphodon. Same with the Rhamphorhynchus, the Dungspiritus, the Tapejara. They've all been Dimorphodon sized, except for Pteranodon. So like, why haven't we gotten non-canon species the accurate size they should be? Like this Strike Attack Pterodactylus. This would be the same size as the Pteranodon figures that we've been getting in this like medium-sized line. This guy would have had a green and bluish coloration with purple patterns on the wings, and it would be a desert figure. I just think a new pterosaur would be a really cool idea, assuming as we've barely gotten pterosaurs this size that are not Pteranodon. And like Quetzalcoatlus is too small, so hopefully we do get Hammond collection in Quetzalcoatlus, but that's for another video. And the final one in the Strike Attack line would be the Strike Attack Zuchenityrannus. I do believe I'm saying that correctly. I don't know if I spelled it correctly. But yeah, this would be another Tyrannosaurid to add. Assuming as we haven't got many other Tyrannosaurids. We do have like Dryptosaur, Tarbosaur, but I'm talking about non-canon ones. Like ones we've never seen before in Jurassic Media, like Zuchenityrannus. So this would be the like snow figure, like the snow mountainous kind of figure. It would be like covered in fur with like a brown fur coloration and then like a greeny yellowish fur, like skin tone that's underneath the fur, with like some black patterning on the mouth, maybe on the tail as well. But I just think this would be a really cool figure, as we've never seen Zuchenityrannus before. Next up is the two, like, we get every wave we get two figures that are significantly larger than the other figures, but they're not that big. Like, I think they were called the Gigantic Trackers for the Dino Tracker line, and then the ones we've just gotten for Camp Cretaceous, the Bahadosaurus and the I can't remember what the other one was. We got the Mapusaurus and the Bahadosaurus, those sized figures kind of. So we would get the Camo Slasher Saurophaganax. Saurophaganax, if you didn't know, is like basically the biggest allosaur kind of to ever live, and it was the biggest predator in the Jurassic period, I do believe. It would look quite similar to Allosaurus, maybe, well, probably with new sculpt and everything. It would have a long tail instead of Allosaurus having them short and stubby tails. It would have big exaggerated horns and spikes all along its body. It would have muscly legs and arms to like support the weight. The teeth would be sharp instead of that weird rubbery stuff that we got before. I know Epic Evolution has fixed the teeth issue, which is really good to see. It would sport a brown coloration with like greens and oranges on the head and on the crest horns, I guess you could say. And obviously painted toenails. I know, you've probably noticed everything has painted toenails. is this not a W line? Next up would probably be my ideal figure to pick up first, and it is the Camo Slasher Purosaurus. Now, if you don't know what Purosaurus is, there's an ongoing debate at the moment, at the time of recording this video, of what was the biggest prehistoric crocodile to ever live. You have Sarcosuchus, Deinosuchus, and Purosaurus. Purosaurus is probably the least well-known one. That's why I decided to unpick it. I modeled this off of an actual Purosaurus skeleton, like the skull reconstruction that we have, to make it look as accurate as possible. Now, obviously, this is using the Sarcosuchus body, but I thickened it out and fixed a few things. Like, you can see the head is like really close to Purosaurus instead of Deinosuchus, because I was originally going to do Deinosuchus, but I thought, you know what, why don't I do something more exotic like Purosaurus? So the head sculpt is completely different. I thickened out the legs and made them stubbier. I gave it stripes instead of like that weird speckled pattern that was on there before. And it's basically got a lot of similar features to the Sarcosuchus, but it would be a bit larger and a bit bulkier. And we can see that it is of the like swamp faction, I guess you could say. Next up, probably the figure with the most anticipated action feature in the entire line, which is the Epic Attack Crash and Camouflage Carnotaurus. Bit of a tongue twister for its name there, but this would use the same sculpt the other Epic Attack Carnotaurus used, just it would have a more of a green coloration. And the feature I was talking about is there'd be a button on the top. You'd press the button, and there'd be like a bite, like the Carnotaurus would do like a bite, and then there'd be a green glow that would go throughout the body, and then there would be another button that you can press, maybe on the other side of the Carnotaurus, where you press it and then it glows like red or brown, so you can get like that kind of camouflagey effect to it, even though obviously this may not happen. You know, it's a bit out there, but I think it would be a really cool feature for like the Epic Attack line to do something like this instead of just it being its own separate line. And then finally, no line would be complete without a T-Rex. This would be the Camo and Crash Tyrannosaurus Rex. It would be the Buck T-Rex. Like, this would be a T-Rex with the mold and sculpt, like the sculpt and coloration of the Buck Rex from the Lost World. It didn't really have a camo ability like most of them in this line, except for the Carnotaurus, but it just has that green coloration to give it that camouflagey kind of feel to it. So there'd be a button on the top where, you know, maybe you like stomp its feet or like bite its neck or thrash its neck around or something. But yeah, no Mattel line is complete without a Tyrannosaurus Rex. And this would be of the swamp faction as well. There's a lot of swamps in this line here, huh? Well, that's going to have to wrap up my Jurassic Park Camo Changes line. If you liked this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. Also, please comment which one was your favourite, as it helps me know like what you guys want to see more of. For example, if all of you guys said Purosaurus, then I maybe do a second video with Deinosuchus. But yeah, if you liked this video, please comment ideas, because I need ideas. I had to scratch my head for ideas in this video. If you want a part 2, comment down below, say, I would like to see a part 2, and please can you include these creatures and then list the creatures that you would like. I'll try and do as many as possible. But yeah, thanks for watching, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.